The number one root cause of chronic disease: reset your body. Imagine this. You wake up tired even though you slept enough, your joints feel stiff, your waistline has quietly grown over the years. Your doctor says your blood pressure is a little high, your sugar is borderline, your cholesterol's not great either. Let's watch it. Nothing dramatic, nothing urgent, just a slow slide. Most people think of each problem as separate. Blood pressure here, sugar there, joint pain somewhere else. But behind the scenes, one big process is quietly connecting most of our modern chronic diseases. In this video, I want to show you what that process is, how it slowly wears you down, and how to start resetting your body in a realistic way without crazy detoxes or extreme diets. This is general education, not medical advice. I'm not your doctor, but I want to give you a clear map so that your next conversation with your doctor actually makes sense. Let's dive in. The hidden pattern behind chronic disease. If you zoom out and look at the big picture, most people today don't die from infections or accidents. They die from chronic diseases: heart disease, stroke, cancer, chronic lung disease, diabetes. These non-communicable diseases now cause about 7 out of 10 deaths in the world. That sounds like a list of totally different problems. But when researchers look under the microscope, a pattern keeps showing up: low-grade, ongoing inflammation, and a cluster of issues called metabolic syndrome: high blood pressure, high blood sugar, unhealthy cholesterol, and belly fat. Chronic smoldering inflammation has been called a unifying theory of disease because it shows up in heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, some cancers, even Alzheimer's. Metabolic syndrome massively increases your risk of heart attacks, strokes, and type 2 diabetes. So when I say the number one root cause, I'm really talking about this combo. A body stuck in chronic inflammation and metabolic overload. Think of it like a slow, invisible fire burning in the background. Not enough to send you to the emergency room today, but enough to quietly damage arteries, joints, nerves, and organs year after year. The good news? For a huge number of people, that fire is driven by everyday habits, and those can be changed. What is chronic inflammation? In plain English, let's strip away the jargon. Acute inflammation is good. You cut your finger, it gets red, warm, swollen. That's your immune system rushing in to repair. When the job is done, the swelling goes down. Perfect. Chronic inflammation is different. It's like a low-volume alarm that never turns off. Instead of your immune system coming in, doing its job and leaving, it keeps releasing inflammatory chemicals even when there's no clear injury or infection. Over time, this slow drip can damage the lining of your blood vessels, interfere with how your cells respond to insulin, change how your brain and immune system communicate. Research links chronic inflammation to heart disease, diabetes, cancer, and many other chronic conditions. Now add metabolic syndrome into the mix. Doctors diagnose metabolic syndrome when you have several of these at once: big waistline, extra fat around the belly, high blood pressure, high fasting blood sugar, high triglycerides, low HDL, good cholesterol. Having this cluster can double your risk of heart disease and increase your risk of diabetes up to 5-fold. So if chronic inflammation is the fire, metabolic syndrome is the gasoline. That's the engine behind a huge amount of chronic disease today. What's actually driving this root cause? Here's where it gets real. Most of this chronic inflammation and metabolic overload doesn't come out of nowhere. It's heavily driven by patterns in modern life. Global health organizations keep saying the same thing. 4 everyday behaviors drive most non-communicable diseases: unhealthy diet, physical inactivity, tobacco use, harmful use of alcohol. These behaviors lead to 4 big changes in the body: high blood pressure, high blood sugar, unhealthy cholesterol, and excess weight. Those, in turn, feed chronic inflammation and metabolic syndrome. And we need to add 2 more huge players: chronic stress, poor or irregular sleep. Lack of good sleep alone is linked to more inflammation and a higher risk of obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and other chronic conditions. I want to pause and say something important. This is not about blaming you for being lazy or undisciplined. Most of us live in environments designed to push us toward cheap, ultra-processed food, sitting all day chronic stress screens late into the night. Your body is not broken. It's reacting normally to an abnormal environment. But that also means If we can slowly reshape parts of that environment and our daily patterns, we can cool down the inflammation and reset our metabolism, step by step. Early warning signs. Your body is overloaded. Before things reach the level of disease, your body often whispers. Here are some common early warning signs that your inflammation and metabolism may be under strain. Always check these with a healthcare provider, don't self-diagnose. Growing waistline, especially belly fat. Blood pressure creeping up, borderline or prediabetes blood sugar, high triglycerides, or low HDL on your labs. Constant fatigue or tired but wired feeling. Brain fog and trouble focusing, sugar and junk food cravings. Joint stiffness, especially in the morning. Poor sleep or waking up unrefreshed. None of these alone proves anything. Lots of things can cause fatigue or poor sleep. But if several of these are showing up at once, especially with abnormal lab results, it's worth seeing them as signals, not annoyances to push through. Think of them as your body saying, if we keep going like this for another 5-10 years, you won't like where we end up. The point of this video is to help you start responding now, while small changes still make a big difference. The Reset Your Body framework. Let's get practical. You don't reset a body in 7 days with a juice cleanse. You reset it the same way it got into trouble, through daily, repeatable patterns. Here's a simple framework we'll walk through. Reset your plate. Reset your movement. Reset your sleep. Reset your stress response. Reset your environment and routines. Use this as a menu. Start where you have the most energy. 1. Reset your plate. Food that calms inflammation. There's no perfect one diet for everyone, but there are patterns that consistently lower inflammation and chronic disease risk. One of the most studied is the Mediterranean-style pattern. Lots of vegetables, fruits, whole grains, beans, nuts, olive oil, fish, minimal processed food, and sugary drinks. This way of eating has been shown to reduce heart disease, improve blood pressure, and support better blood sugar control. You don't need to perfectly go Mediterranean. You can keep your culture's foods and still follow the same principles. Simple plate rule, half your plate, colorful vegetables, and some fruit. 1/4 protein, beans, lentils, fish, eggs, tofu, lean meats. 1/4 smart carbs, brown rice, whole grains, potatoes, plantain, etc. Add healthy fats, olive oil, nuts, seeds, avocado. And try these reset moves. Swap sugary drinks for water or unsweetened tea. Replace ultra-processed snacks with nuts, fruit, or yogurt. Add at least 1 extra serving of vegetables per day. Cook at home a bit more often so you control ingredients. You don't have to be perfect. Even small shifts toward whole, minimally processed foods can reduce markers of inflammation and improve metabolic health over time. 2. Reset your movement. Motion is medicine. Sitting all day is one of the quiet drivers of chronic disease. Being inactive is strongly linked to heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and some cancers. The good news, you don't need to become a gym rat. Most guidelines suggest at least 150 minutes a week of moderate activity, like brisk walking, cycling, swimming, plus 2 days a week of strength training using your body weight or weights. You can break this down into chunks, 10-15 minutes in the morning, 10-15 minutes after work, walking breaks after meals. If you're starting from almost nothing, your first goal could simply be move your body for 5-10 minutes once or twice a day. Why this matters for chronic disease. Movement improves how your cells respond to insulin. It helps reduce blood pressure. It lowers certain inflammatory markers. It improves mood, which reduces stress-driven inflammation. Think of movement as daily anti-inflammatory medicine you give your whole body without a prescription. 3. Reset your sleep, your free nightly detox. Sleep is not just rest. It's a nightly maintenance shift for your immune system, hormones, and brain. Chronic poor sleep and irregular sleep patterns are linked to more inflammation, higher risk of obesity, higher risk of diabetes and heart disease. Worse mental health. You do not need perfect sleep hygiene to benefit. Start with regular schedule. Try to go to bed and wake up around the same time every day, even on weekends. Wind down routine. 30-60 minutes before bed, start dimming lights, reduce screens, and do something calming, reading, stretching, breathing. Bedroom reset. Keep it dark, cool, and quiet as much as possible. Think sleep cave, caffeine and screens. Cut caffeine in the late afternoon and try to reduce phone or laptop use in the hour before bed. If you've had long-term insomnia, loud snoring, or you wake up gasping, please talk to your doctor. Conditions like sleep apnea are very treatable and can significantly reduce your chronic disease risk when addressed. 4. Reset your stress response. Calm the internal alarm. Stress itself isn't the enemy. Your body is designed to handle short bursts of stress. The problem is chronic, unrelenting stress, money worries, caregiving, constant notifications, relationship tension, where your stress response never fully turns off. Chronic stress can raise inflammation, blood pressure, and blood sugar. You may not be able to remove the stressors, but you can train your body to come back to calm more often. Try building in tiny reset moments during the day. 60-second breathing break. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Exhale slowly for 6 to 8. Repeat 5 times. Micro walks. When you feel overwhelmed, stand up. Walk around your room or outside for 2 to 3 minutes. Worry dump. At night, write down everything you're worried about on paper. You aren't solving them, you're just moving them out of your head. Connection check-in. Text or call one supportive person a few times a week. Social connection is a surprisingly powerful buffer against stress and chronic disease. None of these remove all stress, but they tell your nervous system it's safe to turn the alarm down now. 5. Reset your environment and routines. Make health the default. Willpower is weak. Environment is strong. If your kitchen is full of ultra-processed snacks and sugary drinks, then at 11 p.m., when you're tired and stressed, your environment decides, not your willpower. So let's flip that. Make the healthy choice the easy choice. Put fruit and nuts where you can see them. Keep water within arm's reach. Move tempting foods further away or buy them less often. Build anchors. Attach new habits to existing ones. After brushing your teeth, 10 squats. After lunch, 5-minute walk. After work, prep tomorrow's breakfast. Use tiny rules. No screens at the table to prevent mindless eating. Always take the stairs for 1-2 floors. No sugary drinks at home, only outside occasionally. Remember, you don't have to become a different person overnight. You just quietly change the defaults in your life so that over months and years, your inflammation and metabolism slowly calm down. A 30-day Reset Your Body challenge. Let's turn this into something you can actually do. Here's a simple 30-day reset you can adapt to your situation. Again, this is not medical advice. If you have a medical condition or take medications, talk to your healthcare provider before making big changes. Week 1, Awareness Week. Track your sleep, movement, and added sugar for 7 days. Don't judge, don't change everything yet, just notice. Book a checkup if you haven't had blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol checked in a while. Week 2, Food and drink upgrade. Add 1 serving of vegetables to your day. Swap sugary drinks for water or unsweetened options at least 5 days this week. Eat to satisfied, not stuffed, at least once per day, and notice how your body feels. Week 3, movement and sleep upgrade. Aim for 10-20 minutes of walking most days this week. Add 2 short strength sessions, push-ups against the wall, squats to a chair, light weights. Choose a consistent bedtime, and create a 20-30 minute wind-down routine. Week 4, stress and environment upgrade. Practice the 60-second breathing exercise at least once a day. Turn off non-essential notifications on your phone. Do a mini kitchen reset. Put healthier foods front and center. Move trigger foods out of sight. At the end of 30 days, don't ask, "Am I perfect now?" Ask, "Which 2-3 habits feel good enough to keep going?" Because the real reset isn't 30 days. It's the new baseline you set for the rest of your life. When you should see a doctor, I want to be super clear. No YouTube video replaces a proper medical checkup. Please talk to a qualified healthcare professional if you have chest pain, pressure, or shortness of breath. You have very high blood pressure readings. You're losing weight without trying. You have persistent fatigue, night sweats, or severe pain. You're changing medications or thinking of stopping anything. Ask your doctor about checking blood pressure, waist circumference, fasting glucose, and cholesterol. whether you might have metabolic syndrome, how to safely start increasing movement with your current health. Think of lifestyle change and medical care as partners, not competitors. Closing, your next tiny step. Let's bring this home. The number one root cause behind so many chronic diseases isn't some mysterious curse. It's a body stuck in chronic inflammation and metabolic overload, fueled by everyday patterns that modern life almost pushes on us. You can't fix everything in a week. You don't need to, but you can. Swap one drink, take one walk, go to bed 20 minutes earlier, cook one more meal at home, take one deep breath before reacting. These don't look like much in a single day, but over months and years, they are exactly what cool the fire, reset your metabolism, and change your health trajectory. If this video helped you understand what's going on in your body, let me know in the comments. What is one habit you're willing to experiment with for the next 7 days? Is it no sugary drinks at home, a 10-minute evening walk, a fixed bedtime? Drop it below. Your comment might be the nudge someone else needs. If you want more clear, science-backed videos on how to reset your body and mind without extreme gimmicks, hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone you care about. Your body is not your enemy. It's giving you feedback. Now you know how to listen and how to start resetting.